Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about mainly just the prognosis of mine and my partner's dog. But before I do that, I'm just going to go into kind of welcoming myself back onto YouTube. It's been a really long time. The summary of it, I won't go into too much detail. I suffer from anxiety and depression. My anxiety got the better of me. I felt inadequate to post. I had, all these feelings about, why would anyone want to watch my videos? Why would anyone want to pay attention to my life? But it's a new year. I'm feeling a lot better about things. And rather than focusing on what people are going to think of me, I'll just focus on making this a productivity thing for me, something that I get to do in my spare time. And if I build a community of people that want to watch, then good. If I don't, then that's fine. So, on Wednesday of this week, me and my partner took our dog Ollie to the vet, a specialist vet, as his local vet had recommended and referred him to a specialist. Because they found out he had a heart murmur. So we took him. He had been there before, I think about 4 to 6 months before that, to have eye surgery. He had some benign lumps on his eye. I had them removed. It was all fine. Things were going okay. And then about 2 years or 18 months before that, he had tie-back surgery because he was suffering from something called laryngeal paralysis, where his larynx, the nerve connecting his brain to his larynx that controls closing it when he eats and then opening it every time he breathes, it just stopped, which was severely impacting his breathing. So he had tie-back surgery. That went really well. His breathing has been a little bit funny as of recent, and he's been coughing a lot along with the heart murmur. So we decided to go get it checked out. They did a heart scan. I don't remember whether it's called an ECG or an EKG. And they also did an ultrasound of his heart, and they found that he is between stage 3 and 4 of congestive heart failure. So they immediately said that they wanted to put him on treatment to try and slow down the effects of the congestive heart failure as much as possible. The prognosis was that he has a year if he's lucky, and that's if he's responding well to treatment and to the medication that they're going to put him on or have put him on. They explained that the left valve in his heart is leaking, which is causing fluid to go into his lungs. And then his right valve, the right side of his heart, is now enlarged because it's overcompensating for the left side, which is causing him to cough violently and have rapid breathing, which is what we explained to them that we were worried about, which explains why he has been deteriorating the last few months. So we were obviously devastated at this news. Me and my partner were upset. However, what we took from this appointment was we have an idea of what he has. We know what he has, and we have an idea and a plan on how to help him, because the last thing that we wanted was for him to continue to suffer. And now that we know what's going on and we have medication, we can make his experience, however much time he has left, as comfortable as possible. So they told us to call back in 2 days with an update on whether he's responding to the medication well. They told us if he starts having loose stools, vomiting, or if he is like really lethargic, then to stop the medication. And unfortunately, yesterday, he did start experiencing 2 of those symptoms. So his medication had to be stopped. The one to get rid of the fluid in his lungs hasn't been stopped, but the other one has. So that has put us in a very obviously difficult situation. We don't know whether there's any other medication that can be given to him, or if that's the only medication that they could have given him, given his age and his situation, then he would be in stage 4/D of congestive heart failure, which is obviously not what you want to hear, not what you want to hear that your beloved pet has. The main thing for us is that we don't want him suffering. We don't want him struggling to breathe. We don't want him gasping for breath. We want him to be as comfortable and as happy as possible. And right now he is. They say, name 5 things that your pet loves, your dog. If you take 3 of them away, then their quality of life has diminished so much that it's probably not ethical or moral to keep them alive. So he loves his walks. He loves his playtime. He loves eating. He loves sleeping. And I can't really put a 5th one. Oh, car rides. He used to love car rides. He can't do car rides anymore, but he can still eat. He still loves food. He still can sleep comfortably. He's still eating and he's still playing. So his quality of life is still good enough and he's not in any pain. So we're continuing with the trajectory of just keeping him as happy and as comfortable as possible. We're obviously going to be giving him as many treats as we can without hurting him. We'll be taking him on as many walks as we can and just giving him all the good boys, all the praises, all the cuddles, everything that we can get into within this time frame, however long it is. We're obviously hoping for a year, but we don't know. And we don't want to get our hopes up and say that he's going to have a year and then in 3 months he's gone. So we're just taking it day by day as it comes and hoping that he stays okay for as long as possible. So I hope that kind of clears things up. It's not exactly what I wanted to hear in the beginning of the new year, but I'm just mainly worried about him. I just want him to be okay. I just want him to be as comfortable as possible. I've known Ollie since he was 5 years old. He's now 12 and a half, so he's lived a very, very good life. But it doesn't matter how old your pet gets, you still aren't prepared for their death. You're not prepared to hear the news that they haven't got much time left. So, for people who, oh, how old is your dog? 12 and a half. Oh yeah, but he's lived a good life. But that doesn't mean anything. I could have an extra 10, 15 years with him and it still wouldn't be enough, because their lives are so much shorter than ours. It's a blip compared to how long we live. So I recorded some clips of the day. If you want to go ahead and continue watching, feel free to. There's some cute videos of him. So yeah, enjoy. Hey everybody, so we're back from Dick White referrals. Finally. He is sleeping, relaxing now. Finally, after a stressful journey, it's about an hour and 40 minutes there and back. And because he has to go to the toilet quite a lot because he has kidney issues, all in all, from 6 a.m. this morning to now, it's been almost 8 hours since the whole journey. Right now my partner's just explaining to his mum about what the vet has told us and basically his new medication that he has to take, all that kind of stuff. He has to have checkups every 4 months. And they've given us anxiety medication that he can take before the journeys, which is great because one of the most stressful situations for him is being in the car. That he hates it, trembling, licking his lips, shuffling all the time, panting excessively. It's just too much stress for him, so I'm glad we got medication for that. We then have to call them in about 2 days to let them know whether the new medication that they've put him on is working well and he hasn't had any adverse side effects from it. Hopefully he won't. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier on in the video, we had to stop those meds because unfortunately he had adverse side effects. Because if he doesn't, that means he can continue on it and that can help him with the prognosis that he was given today. So I can't lie, the news isn't good. He has quite the most severe case of congestive heart failure. The prognosis is 80% of animals, dogs, that get congestive heart failure of this nature, they don't live for longer than a year. They live up to a year, so which is obviously not what you want to hear. But it's good to know because that means we can create a medical plan for him and we can tackle it head on with medication. I knew something was coming. I knew that the vet was going to tell us something wrong. It was still a surprise, but I knew they were going to tell us something bad. He's lived 12.5 years, which is amazing, but no one likes to hear that their loved one, animal or otherwise, is dying and they have a small amount of time left. But we just have to make the most of the time that we do have with him left. However long that is, hopefully it's a year. But, oh, bless you, baby. But yeah, hopefully we can just take the time to spend as much time with him as possible and make the time that we do have left with him. Sorry, he's gone. Oh, baby. Sorry, yeah, as I was saying. But the most important thing is that we know we've got a plan and we are going to make his time that he has left as memorable, as comfortable, as positive as possible. That's the most important thing. And I think I'm putting on a brave face right now. I think I'm definitely going to cry when I get home. I've known Ollie since he was 5 years old, but this is my partner's baby. So yeah, I had to stop the video because I needed to talk to my partner about what he said to his mum. But, you know, as I was saying, I've known Ollie since he was 5 years old and he's been a big part of my life. He's now 12.5, but this is my partner's son. basically his baby, so it's hard for me to hear, but I can't imagine how hard it is for him to hear. So yeah, we're just gonna take every day as it comes. It's been a very tough day for you today, isn't it? You've been very brave. You've been very brave. You're the best boy, huh? You're the best boy. Such a good boy. Good boy, Ollie. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. What's that? Is that your ducky? Is that your ducky? Yes, it is. Good boy. The best boy. You're the best boy. Yeah. Yeah. Good boy. Yes. Give me your paw. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Give me your paw. Good boy. Thank you. Relax now, okay? Relax now, okay? Oh, okay. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye, Ali. Say bye-bye. Bye, guys.